Don Fisher. How you doing?
Good, how
Uh,
are you?
good. Don Fisher with Geek Vibes Nation here to talk Resident Evil with Adeline and Paola. First off, you guys were amazing. Probably two of my favorite characters. So I'll start with Adeline. What kind of drew you to this Resident Evil world
Oh, goodness. After having booked it or just in general?
in general?
In general, okay. I mean, it is an iconic franchise, needless to say that. I did not play the games, just to kind of preface that. However, I grew up in Hong Kong and it traveled all over the world, this franchise. So there was watch the movies, knew the movies, parents are big fans, have a lot of friends who, of course, play the games and are huge fans. So from the get-go, it's just such a very honored to be able to even step inside of this world and play a character. That's, yeah, amazing.
And Paola?
Yeah, like Adeline said, it's such an iconic franchise. I watched the movies, some of them. I played the first Resident Evil game, and then I got to play the last one with the VR headset. So yeah, of course, I know the world. I never thought I was gonna be part of the franchise. So I was really excited, still am really excited.
So, and your characters take some of the biggest turns per se from past to the 2036 present. And they're both very intense, powerful women. And I don't think that you could like classify them as like she's bad or she's good because there's a gray area. So Adeline with the adult Billie, what do you think her motivations are now that she has gone from where she was to that present?
I think that's a great specific question. I think in terms of her motivation, I think for her, because of everything that she's gone through, as we can see kind of in her past, ultimately, I think she just wants to be free of all the horrible things that keep happening to her. And I actually think that that motivation you see in the past and you still kind of see in the future. She just takes a different route now. But I think at the core, her ultimate goal is to like, let's stop feeling this pain. Let's stop. Look at this destruction. I've played the nice girl. I've done the very sweetheart. I have tried everything that I could have in my power. And yet here we are today. So you know what? We're going to take this route now. But ultimately, the motivation is still, I want a better life for me and hopefully also for my sister and my father and all these other characters that we get to meet.
Paola, you too?
What was the question?
Motivation. Like how does
Yeah. Yeah, because your character like could seem evil, but there's some genuineness to her that she has some kind of motive why she's doing what she's doing.
Yeah, I think the reason I love Evelyn, and I think Addie said something really important, which is like, pain. I think they're both, that's what makes us similar. There's a lot of pain there. And they're just trying to cope. And there's different ways to cope with pain. And I think Evelyn is such a wounded character, a wounded person that needs to find some kind of control and wants to be recognized, and she wants to be respected as a human and as a woman in this corporate world. And she's just doing what she can. And in that process, she just loses connection with reality, and she loses connection with and empathy with other human beings. And that's really, really dangerous, as we can see in the future. that the chaos that she created, her decisions created. And that's really interesting for me as an actor. And also I was the only actor that was able to play past and future, so to be in the two timelines. So it was really interesting to play her before the chaos and then after the distraction, the destruction that her choices created, the consequences of that, and how is she dealing with that. So we have to see a totally different Evelyn. And I found that really interesting. But I think it's what you said is really important, is they're not just like evil. they're just like, we can see what happens to them as humans and that why they made those choices.
Well, I appreciate your time. I love the series. You guys were phenomenal. Everyone check out Resident Evil coming to Netflix July 14th. And I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.